Good Tuesday morning, TSC family. Got bad sinus problems, y'all. I'm sorry if my voice sounds horrible this morning. I could not talk last night, literally. I sneezed, I bet you 50 to 60 times yesterday evening. Couldn't do it. Sneezed this morning. It's not nearly as times, though. Still got big problems up here in the Northwest, y'all. Big problems, man. Those people up there are just, they're in serious trouble. Very bad problems up there. Severe weather here in Kentucky, Tennessee, Missouri, Arkansas area coming into play. May move there into Mississippi and Alabama and Georgia area as well on Thursday. Thursday, we got severe weather right here. James is probably going to get worse before it gets better, bro. It's probably going to get worse before it gets better. You see the snow up here. Not much else to snow anywhere on the map here. There's some snow in the higher elevations back here in Washington. All right, let's get rolling, y'all. Let me exit that music. And we're going to go to the verse of the day. And while I say the verse of the day, I'm going to ask y'all something. What was the word of the day yesterday? What was the word of the day yesterday? Who's the first one that could tell me what the word of the day yesterday was? Hey, Theresa. What was the word of the day yesterday? Man, if nobody can tell me that, you got 30 seconds. Mary, you got it. Mary got it first. Hot it is. The word of the day was hot. So, Mary, I'm going to be sending you a $50 gift card. Okay? You're going to get a $50 gift card. Yeah, that was the word of the day. I'm glad Mary got it first because you know why? She was the very first to ever subscribe on this page. She was the first. The first. The one and only first. Mary was it. So I'm happy that Mary got it for sure. Brian, man, you're a good subscriber too. You've been with me forever and ever, man. Brian has. Brian, I'm gonna send you one too, bro. I'm gonna send you one. You've been a tremendous follower of us. Okay, so Brian and Mary both send me your address. Okay, that's $100 I just gave away right there, y'all. It's $100 just gave away. All right, the verse of the day comes from John 1:12, and it says, "But to all who died, let me repeat that. But to all who did receive me, who believed in his name, he gave the right to become children of God." If you don't believe, you won't become a child of God, y'all. I tell my children, I tell my children and my grandchildren every day, the day you stop believing is the day you stop getting. That is my little thing I say. The day you stop believing is the day you stop getting. You got to believe to get. And you got to ask to get. Okay? If you don't ask, you don't get either. What do I mean by that? I mean, you got to ask God for all your needs. He may not deliver everything, but he usually takes care of you by some facet or form. Okay, this is John 12. All right, enough of my preaching. All right, we're going to go to Storm Prediction Center first here. For today, you can see there's a marginal risk of thunderstorm activity out west. Marginal risk of thunderstorm activity there in Texas, Louisiana, and up in Arkansas. Places here that need rain, yeah, I think so, probably. That's probably beneficial rain there for Texas. And then we go to day 2. Again, that rain spreads a little bit in toward the upper Mississippi Valley region, as you can see, and still is out west. And then we go to day 3, where things get a little bit more serious. Right here in the Kentucky, Tennessee general area of southern Indiana, there is a marginal risk of thunderstorms. Now, what does that exactly mean? Well, you get to marginal risk, that usually means the chances of tornadic activity is what that generally means, or high winds, or large hail. Usually you have to have one of those 3 factors in place to have a marginal risk. Well, that's what they have here on Thursday. Looking at the HRR model, and you got to let me zoom in really tightly, okay, so you can see this. Okay, I have this all the way out. If you notice, you're getting some numbers out there appearing right at the end, right there, right? You see it right there. You got a 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, 2, 2, right here in these places right here. That's updrafts. They're so slight, they're only numbered at that point. But that happens right at the end of the HR model. This HR model ends on its update here for 48 hours. It ends at 7 a.m. on Thursday morning. So we do not know what happens here, for instance, on Thursday afternoon. When will we know that? Well, tonight. We'll know it tonight. We'll know what that means tonight is what we'll do. We'll know tonight. So when we have a broadcast tonight, and I'll try my best to have a broadcast tonight because of the severe weather, there's probably going to be some updrafts coming in there into that area. And if there is, there's going to be a chance of tornadic activity. If we just look at the parameters, okay, here's the tornado parameters at that point. There's not much there because, again, we're at 7 a.m. in the morning. So we have to wait till we get to tonight to see what it looks like. I can go to some of the other modeling here to look at this, but y'all, I depend on the HR model to give me this. So we'll have to wait till tonight to give us what the severity factor here is going to be in this area here. So make sure if you live in Kentucky, Tennessee, Indiana, Illinois, I'm going to say Missouri and Arkansas, and maybe getting out into Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia area, you're going to have to tune in tonight to see what the severity factor of this may be. Again, Storm Prediction Center, you can see the risk level there. There's that risk level. If you get out there in days 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, they don't show anything out there in those days, do they? Does not mean, now let me repeat, does not mean that there's not a severe factor here. Because all indications are, and I'll show you this on the European model here. All indications are, I'm going to put up lightning flashes here. All right? Watch these lightning flashes come into play. Here they come. Look at that. That's 12 o'clock noon. You start to get lightning here. And you see it moves all the way through basically Mississippi into Georgia there. So Tennessee, you looks like you're going to get maybe some very bad weather there coming into play. Now, how bad is it going to be? Golly gee, guys, I looked at all the parameters yesterday. You guys know, seen me at broadcast yesterday. The parameters are there for bad weather, okay? Let me just say that. The parameters are there for bad weather. So, possibility of tornadic activity there on Thursday, it is very, very possible right now. And I wish it wasn't, but it looks like it is right now. So, we'll have to watch the HR model and see what it gives us tonight. When we do that broadcast tonight, we'll be able to see this severe weather threat here. Okay, I'm going to go forward now. All right, here's excessive rainfall totals. Man, look at the West Coast up here, y'all. This is today. Here's tomorrow. Nothing out there tomorrow, but look at day 3. Goes all the way to slight risk there for a flash flood risk. Day 4, still got a flash flood risk. Then we got a flash flood risk up here in the Northeast. Why? Probably some rain happening. Melting some of that snow up there. Giving a flash flood risk there. Then day 5. Still got a flash flood risk in northern parts of California. Again, probably in the mountains there, getting rain instead of snow, and giving a flash flood risk there. One thing I was looking at is, man, the rivers up here, man, where you see purple like up here, that is very, very, very bad conditions for let me get over here so you can see the legend over here. Sorry, I increased it way too high, way too much. Well, dadgummit, Tim. Well, you just have to believe me here. Sorry, I increased it too much. Anyway, where you see the purple is extreme flash flooding. Okay, if I click on that example as an example, over here it gives me, look at this. The major flood stage is at 32.5. Y'all, it's not going to crest until looks like the 16th, and it's going to crest way above at 36.21 is a forecasted crest. Bad problems there, right? Here's the other one. Again, it's going to crest at 34.73. Flood stage area is also at 32. So it's about 2.5 feet above flood stage. Bad flooding in that area is what that means. Very bad stuff. So they got a problem. They got a problem all the way up the coastline here, inland, up here in the northwest. Just bad stuff. Okay, I'm going to exit that. Now, here is what the HR model is putting down for rain for the next 48 hours. Watch this. What I have up here is rain and snow. So the blue and purple is basically snow and ice. You can see there's snow and ice there, but look at all the rain coming in. And then the blue is where it's hitting the higher mountaintops. Now, how much does all that mean? What does all that mean? Look at that rain. Look at that heavier rain coming in on Thursday there. Just really heavy rain. Now, here's the totals. Here's the rainfall totals. Y'all, that's 9.27 inches of rain in that area. 9.27. Now, they already got flood stage problems going on, and they're going to get another 9 inches plus in that region right there. Cannot take it. They're unable to take that much rain. Nowhere for it to go. So they got major problems here, y'all. They got absolutely major problems. So say prayers up here for the people in the Northwest. If you got family that lives up there, I'm so sorry for it. It's a bad position up there. I got family there in the Seattle area as well, and I hope that Sarah and them are okay up there, because it's a very bad position they're in right now up there. All right, let me go forward now. Exit that one, and we'll leave that up. All right, y'all. Here is the temperature map. And what I have up here is the anomaly. What does that mean? That means you have a certain average temperature that's supposed to be at this time of the year. It's all documented. Maybe your average temperature is 40 degrees. So if you have, for instance, the orange and the red here, that means it's above that average temperature. For instance, the average orange here, the highest orange here, is, believe it or not, is 35 degrees above normal. They're in, say, North Dakota. 35 degrees above normal. For this morning at 10 o'clock, it's 35 degrees above normal there. Now, what does that mean temperature-wise? I'd have to zoom in there a little bit to see, but again, it's 35 degrees above normal. Let's just zoom in there to see. Let's see what the apparent temperature is. It's 34. So what is it supposed to be? Well, it's supposed to be about below zero. They're supposed to be nearly below zero, right at zero, is what the normal is. Can you imagine that? The normal this time of year is right at zero up here in the morning. That's normal for them. I would want to live in the normal there, would you? I don't think I would. I would not want to live in the normal. That's just, actually, here's the actual temperature. I had a parent temperature up here. The actual temperature is 42. So you subtract 35 from that. It's still, the average temperature there, the normal temperature there would be about 7 degrees. 7 degrees would be the average. and they're sitting there at 42 degrees. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Now, I'm going to leave this up, the anomaly. And the reason I'm doing that, because it makes it easier to see. Let me go back out to the continental U.S. again. And you're going to see another cold front come into play. So we're getting rid of this one right here. It's getting displaced there by a major heat wave. You can look at through the Ohio Valley there. Man, way above normal here. Way above normal. Now we're trending below normal here. So if the normal there is 35 degrees in South Dakota, it's probably 25 degrees there right now. It's about 10 degrees below normal. Now, anytime we see this purple and green that sometimes we see come into play, that's bad stuff. Okay, that's bad stuff. So let's watch this now. So we go below normal there in Ohio Valley. This is on December the 18th, 19th timeline. That's this coming Thursday, Friday, y'all. We have another cold front coming in. Now, it's not as bad as this last one. But the entire eastern half of the United States goes below normal on Friday the 19th. Now, again, it's not tremendously bad. Don't let the people out there overhype this to you. It's cold, yes, but it's not crazy beyond belief cold, y'all. For instance, Indiana, the parent temperature there is 18. It's not like it's 0 up here in Wisconsin and Minnesota, okay? It's 18. Let's go to Saturday morning at 7 a.m. There's a 7 a.m. forecast at 7 a.m. Y'all, it's only 26 degrees in Evansville, Indiana. Paducah, Kentucky, you're about 29. Nashville, Tennessee, you're 29. Poplar Bluff, Missouri, you're about 35 at Saturday at 7 a.m. So you can see the temperatures over here in Dallas, Fort Worth area. You're about 51. Y'all, that's good. That's not bad a temperature, you know. Hey, is it good enough to bring boots out, wear your UGG boots and stuff? Of course. But it's not crazy bad. Here's the East Coast. Tampa Bay, 41. She's southeast. There we go. Tampa Bay, about 42 to 46 degrees on Saturday morning at 7 a.m. 67 degrees down in Miami area. Miami, we hate you. Right? We hate you. And then you look up here in the Northeast. Ohio, you're 14, 15, 16, 20 degrees. That's Saturday morning. So, y'all, these temperatures are not crazy bad. And some people out there are really hyping this stuff up. And don't. It's not. Up here in the Northeast, yeah, it's cold. It's downright frigid cold. That's below 0 wind chills up here at minus 7 degrees. Minus 7 degrees. Y'all, that's cold. That's cold. Now, again, this is wind chill, everything I'm giving you here right now. This is what it really feels like. Long Island, 21 degrees wind chill. 21 degrees. If you look at the real temperature, it's in the teens up here. The real temperature is. So the wind chill, which means we got a little bit of wind behind this. And with that wind, it feels like a different beast, okay? So, for instance, on Long Island, it's 28 degrees there in New York. So, it's not, y'all, don't let everybody out there confuse you and get you all riled up thinking that something bad is going to happen again. We do not see anything on these models that's given us a crisis mode problem, okay? Let me put that in perspective here. Again, let me go forward here now. So, here's that one front here comes through, okay? Now, there it is right there. This is 21st. It doesn't dive south. Look at the south. Florida still stays warm. Look at the 23rd. Look at the heat wave coming into play here, y'all. Look at this. Look at the 23rd. Now, what's the anomaly look like here? Look at this. The entire western half of the United States is way above normal heat-wise. So the temperatures are way above normal. Let's go to the 24th. Now, a little bit of trough air coming in, a little bit of cold front going in there into the Northeast. Looks like to me the Northeast is the only place where it's going to be cold. That's what it looks like. Again, the entire western half of the United States is way above normal. Coming into Ohio Valley on Christmas Eve at 7 o'clock in the morning on Christmas Eve, you're trending below normal. Northeast, you're going to get downright cold up here. There's 7 p.m. on Christmas Eve. I mean, boy, if you live up here in the Northeast, it's cold. Rest of the country, y'all, we're in a heat box now. We're in a position for Christmas to be extremely warm. Let me go to 7 o'clock on Christmas Day. There's 7 a.m. on Christmas Day. Look at this. Y'all, there's places here that's 42 degrees above normal. Florida, you're way above normal. Indiana, you're way, way, way above normal. What's that temperature look like there? Let me go to the real temperature. Look at this. 60 degrees on Christmas Eve. On Christmas morning at 7 o'clock in the morning. 60 degrees on Christmas Day at 7 o'clock in the morning. Look at that. South Texas, you're 6 degrees at 7 o'clock. You're almost the entire state of Texas is almost in the 60s. Even the northern panhandle is 60 degrees. Louisiana, you're 60 degrees everywhere. Now, a little bit of coolness over here in the east, just ever so slightly. You can see it's much cooler up here. Up here was below normal, right? Well, up in the northeast, it's going to be cold. Down here in the south, we're 60 degrees there in Tampa Bay. Now let's go to 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Here's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Look at this. Man, oh man, oh man. Only place cold is up here in the northeast. That's the only place. South Texas, you're 81 on Christmas Day at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Look at the heat, y'all. Look at Nebraska, Oklahoma. I mean, even all the way up there into Minnesota, Wisconsin, guys. I mean, we're way above normal, what we should be. Now, here's the downside of this. If we're above normal, what does that mean? That means if we got any kind of precipitation coming, it's what? It's probably going to be rain, right? Well, here's the bad side. Let me go to the GFS model. The GFS model, same timeline. Look at that. Look at all that heat. At 1 p.m. in the afternoon on Christmas Day, look at all the heat. Now, here's the bad side. I hate to show you this, but I have to. There is going to be some rain. I'm going to fill out here now the continental U.S. Where is all the rain going to be at? Rain back here in California. Unfortunately, where it's cold up there, you're getting rain. Now, is that mixed in with snow? Yep, that's snow too. So I'm going to leave this snow and rain mixture and freezing rain up here so we can see it. So this is 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Christmas morning. A little bit of rain there developing there in Indiana, Ohio, as you can see. The rest of the country, for the most part, is rain-free. Florida, we look good. And you see that rain developing there going into Kentucky there at around midnight there. This is 10 p.m. on Christmas Day right there. Unfortunately, there's going to be some rain through that area right there. And then we got frozen precipitation and rain up here. And then, of course, snow and rain up there in Washington State. And then you go ahead forward there. This is the 26th at 7 p.m. We have that rain shower coming through there. Now, is there any possibility that this will be severe? Too early to tell, y'all. It's too early to tell. You have another rain shower here coming in here out in the mountains. And you see that snow mix and rain on 28th right there, going right through Michigan, Wisconsin, and in Indiana and Ohio there on the 28th. And then it moves. That frontal boundary kind of sticks there. It kind of just stays there, doesn't it? Look at Tuesday the 30th. This is Tuesday the 30th at 7 o'clock. Freezing rain and snow mixture with rain here in the south. And y'all, that's about the end that we got right there. It does take us all the way to January 1st. This is January 1st at 1 o'clock in the morning. This is right at midnight. What do we have? Well, we got snow up here in the northeast. Maybe some rain there in New York area. Could be a rain-snow mixture there. That's where everybody likes to go watch the Big Apple fall. It's going to be rain and snow there in that area is what the GFS model is currently giving us now. So, y'all, it does not appear right now that we have any major cold front that's going to be, just crippling. It doesn't appear. It does not appear that that for the most part we have any travel problems as far as bad weather for travel. I don't see that either on the maps. Yeah, Cindy, that's right. The positive side, the kids can get outside and play. They won't be cripped up in the houses. You know that's I'm miserable with any temperature below 62. Yes, I wouldn't say that, Savannah. 62 is it for Christmas is heck. I would take 62 here in Tampa all day for Christmas. That's just a little bit of a sweater weather. Kids would love it 62-degree temperature. They'd love it. They'd absolutely love it. Some football being played on Christmas Day. So y'all, I don't see a problem out there for travel. Don't see it. Don't see it. So with that said, I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for everybody participating in our little thing that we do here with giving away some money. Mary and Brian, make sure you send me your addresses. Okay, send me your address so I can get those gift cards in the mail to you. Maybe you can use them before Christmas. If not, you can buy things after Christmas. I'll try to get them in the mail as fast as I can to y'all. So please make sure you message me through Messenger what your address is, and I'll get those in the mail for y'all. Y'all, I love this page to pieces. I mean, outside of my work and my family, of course, my family always comes first to everything. But my second love is not only my job at Nordstrom, but also this page, guys. I do put my heart and soul into this as much as I possibly can. I'm not far from retirement at Nordstrom's. My days are limited there right now. I know that. My knees are just giving out on me, and I just can't do it. I have a blood clot right now that's now in my calf muscle. It's moved from behind my knee down to my calf muscle now, and so hopefully it's dissolving. It hurts like I just press it anywhere in my calf right now, and it's just like it's on fire right now. So y'all just I appreciate everyone does every one of you guys that are subscribers. You all make this page happen. Every one of y'all do. You pay Kayla and James. You absolutely do. That's a fact from this page. So keep your comments coming. Keep watching the videos. We make money on the lives. Well, we make money when you please, y'all. You guys, one thing we do a bad job at on this page, and that's sharing. We do not share what I post or the videos that I do, the live broadcast. We don't share it. And I understand you don't want to share with people the things that may not concern them, or like your family. Like if you don't see anything that's concerning you, you may not think it's going to concern anybody. I'm telling you guys, it doesn't work that way. I'll give you an example. Someone shared a page, one of these broadcasts, shared this page with somebody, and somebody else must have shared it with somebody else. And lo and behold, a young lady that my wife influenced when she was a little girl contacted me because of this page. She says, "Oh my gosh, I know that person." And she contacted me and says, "Is your wife Kim?" And I said, "It is." She says, "Well, I remember Tim and Kim." Well, my wife was a cheerleading coach for this little girl. And she had such an influence on her when she was a small little girl that she wanted to tell Kim that. And y'all, it wouldn't have reached this little girl if it wasn't for this page. Facts. I mean, it is the true facts, guys. So you never know where and how this page might influence somebody just by sharing the post and their live. So please, I beg for you guys to share. We have over 800 subscribers. We might have 6 or 7 shares a day from over 800 subscribers here. If we have 800 subscribers, we should have 800 shares. And I guess I'm just pleading for y'all to share. Share the page. Anything is posted. Share. Don't even hesitate. Just hit the share button. All right, y'all. That's it for today. And thank you to Brian and to Mary for being a loyal subscriber to this page. If any two people deserved it, it's those two. There's many other people that do out there deserve it, but this is what this time of year I like to always give back, and that's what I'm doing. Uh, December, I probably won't make a cent here. I'll probably come out in a hole here, and that's okay. That's okay. I don't mind doing that. I want everybody to make sure that I want everybody to understand what a tremendous person you are for being such a loyal follower of this page. I'm so grateful. It's crazy, and I want you all to know and understand that. All right, y'all. Have a beautiful day. God bless you all. Let's see another post out there, okay? Sometime today as a follow up as to what's going to happen here on Christmas Day. Well, I know Christmas is very important for everybody. Everybody's going to be traveling, be driving, maybe. Especially if you're driving, I want to make sure you guys are safe when the driving part of it. And if you're flying, I want to make sure that flights get off the ground when they're supposed to. Right now, I don't see much of an issue except up here in the Northeast and up here in the far west, Northwest. Northeast and the Northwest is going to be the problem places. Outside of that, y'all, I don't see a major problem here of driving. I don't. Or even flying. I don't see anything. So it looks like pretty good travel for the most part for everyone. All right. Have a beautiful day, and may God bless you all.